the Cat in the Hat. It's raining, I know, but let's not stay inside. We've got places to go. Where the sunshine is shining, where the warm winds are blowing, where lightning is flashing, where snowflakes are snowing. The weather is changing. Come on, let's get going. First stop is the top of Mount Krakatu, where they study the weather. That's what they do. Watching the weather helps everyone know what to wear, where to live, and what food they can grow. Pilots check the weather when they fly a plane. They are flying in sunshine or clouds filled with rain. Corn grows where it is hot and wet. Farmers grow what grows, and the weather they get. Meteorologists forecast the weather and say, what kind of weather is headed our way? They send the weather balloons floating high in the air to measure how hot or cold it is in there. Air temperature affects the weather a lot. Thermometers show if it is cold or if it's hot. Wind changes weather, and we could see why. It blows clouds along and it clears rain from the sky. Anemometers measure how fast the wind goes. A wind vane will show you which way the wind blows. On this map of the weather, you'll see it showing it's sunny in Gret, but in Groggle it's snowing. A strong wind is blowing the snow right towards Gret. Tomorrow the weather in Gret will be wet. Symbols on the weather maps show right away what kind of weather we're having today. Oh, so there's some symbols. This symbol means drizzle, and this one means rain. This one means snowing, and that one means a hurricane. Weather forecasts are important to us. We'll need a jacket to wait for the bus. When clouds form a ring, it circles the moon. Sailors know that this ring means a storm is coming soon. A pine cone from the forest can... Let's read that page again. Weather forecasts are important to us. Will we need a jacket to wait for the bus? When clouds form a ring and it circles the moon, sailors know this ring means there's a storm coming soon. A pine cone can forecast the weather. Here's why. When it's closed when it's wet. It's open when it's dry. Here is the fact that we cannot explain. Frogs croak a lot more when it's going to rain. There are all kinds of clouds you can see in the sky. Cirrus are light, wispy clouds floating by. Cumulonimbus clouds mean there's a storm on the way. You could see cumulonimbus clouds on a warm, sunny day. There are all kinds of clouds you can see in the sky. Cirrus are light and wispy clouds floating by up here. Cumulonimbus clouds mean there's a storm on the way. You see cumulus clouds on a warm, sunny day. When a cloud touches down on the ground, it's called fog. If it mixes with smoke, the fog becomes smog. A fun way to learn a cloud shape is to draw it. We said, that's a cirrus the moment we saw it. If you looked inside any cloud, you would see water droplets that bounce around happily. If the droplets get close, they will soon join together, get heavy and fall, and we're in for wet weather. Water droplets are tiny. This fact made us stop. It makes 1 million droplets to make a raindrop. Then they fall to the ground. The sun's energy turns them to water vapor, which we cannot see. Water vapor floats up, forms a new cloud, and then rain falls from the cloud on the ground once again. Guess what they call this? Give it a tricycle. The path of the rain is called the water cycle. You guys know that. It rains down, the water goes down the lakes, the rivers, gets to the ocean, and evaporates the sun in a cycle round and round and round. Here are some words we learned on vacation. Rain, snow, sleet, hail are called precipitation. Water changing to vapor is called evaporation. Vapor changing to water is called condensation. You guys know those words. Who invented umbrellas? Well, we don't know who, but umbrellas were first made in China, that's true. Out of colorful paper and wood called bamboo. Thousands of years ago, they were first made so out in the sun folks could walk in the shade. When it rained, they put wax on the paper. Here's why. Rain rolled off the wax, which kept folks nice and dry. When air is warmer than freezing, I'd like to explain. Water falls from the clouds and it falls down as rain. When the air is freezing cold, it's important to know water falls from the cloud, but it falls as snow. If you magnify snowflakes the way that we are, you will see that each one is a six-pointed star. They are made up of crystals, and each one you find is like no other snowflake. It's one of a kind. The desert is dry, and the reason is clear. Its rainfall is less than 10 inches each year. Here's a word, and we both like to rhyme it. The weather a place has the most is called climate. How do you keep cool when you live in a land that is hot, dry, and dusty and covered in sand? Loose-fitting clothes. Let the breezes blow through. Light colors bounce off the sun's rays off of you. Where on earth is it the coldest? Meteorologists say Antarctica is freezing cold every day. Land covered in ice and deep drifting snow, the air is so cold the plants cannot grow. How thick is the ice here? This made us think quick. We're standing on ice 7,000 feet thick. We used a thermometer, and now we know the air is colder in the deep snow. We used a thermometer, and now we know in the air it is colder than deep in the snow, so the snow is a little bit warmer. In a tropical jungle, it's hot, it's wet. If you go there to visit, you'll soon start to sweat. The weather is humid. It makes you feel icky. The air is full of water. That's why you feel sticky. Air conditioners help you feel better, and here's why. Cold air holds less water, so you feel cool and dry. In a thunderstorm, first you will see a lightning flash. Next you'll hear thunder and go rumble, crash. To find out how far thunderstorms are from you, try this easy trick. It's a fun thing to do. Start counting when you see a lightning bolt flash. Stop counting when you hear the next thunder crash. Take that number, divide it by 5. When you do, that's the number of miles that storm is from you. So if you can't see it, you count to 20. You divide that by 5, so the storm is 4 miles away. Lightning's electric. One flash is so strong, it could light every light in your house for a year long. Thunder won't hurt you, but lightning could. So here are a few things we'd like you to know. Lightning strikes what is tallest, so take it from me. In a thunderstorm, never stand under a tree. If you're out in a field and no place to go, get as small as you can. Scrunch down low. Stay in your car if lightning's around. If it flows over your car and down to the ground. If strong winds are blowing with hard driving rain, you might be in the middle of a hurricane. Winds blow down in a circle both day and night, knocking down things, getting in their way. Here's a hurricane fact that's a favorite of mine. There could be lots of hurricanes at the same time, so each one gets a name. Andrew, Agnes, or Dora, Lenny, Diana, Mitch, Bertha, or Flora. They each get a name, so there's never a doubt which hurricane people are talking about. Hurricanes blow things down, but I learned a thing or two. Tornadoes blow harder than hurricanes do. Tornado picks up everything as it goes by, like a huge vacuum cleaner way up in the sky. It spins like a top, twirling round and around, pulling trees, cars, and houses right off the ground. Once in a tornado, a chicken was tossed. She landed safely, but her feathers were lost. It's important to study the weather, it's true, but we can't control it whatever we do. The sun may be shining and the sky bright blue, then suddenly the rain will start falling on you. And the sky may be filled with dark storm clouds, and then the sun will break through and shine down once again. You see, the weather keeps changing, but one thing we know, it makes life exciting wherever you go. Oh, say you can say the weather today. Ooh.